Rika Yamanarika. I'm a Japanese communicator VTuber and like to sing, draw, and mostly play Tetris.
But Rika also is a super talented artist and live 2D rigger and singer and all sorts of stuff. Thank you for joining our episode 1 of Canvas Convos. Ciao, ciao. Welcome to Canvas Convos, your favorite tanuki and your favorite boba dragon. Yes. So I've had the thought for this interview style thing for a long time now, because I've always been curious about like other like artists and content creators' journeys and stuff like that. This is even more relevant nowadays with a lot of things going on in modern times. Maybe like new artists might be like, what should I even like start learning art? Like, so I feel like this would be a good way to first off introduce really cool people like yourself. Second off, to maybe motivate, you know, young artists and creators. And it's great because you can do like everything. You draw, you rig, you sing, you make music videos if you wanted to, like, you know.
I'm a jack of all trades, master of none.
Same here, but you're like really good at a lot of the things, so it's maybe not master, but like, you know, like advanced level.
Oh my gosh, you're so good though. Your rendering skills, I'm not, oh my gosh. I marvel at them every time. I see your like full illusts, your use of lighting and colors. I'm like, I can't beat it.
I want to get better. I need to get better. I want to get better. I really love lighting in general. So it's like I want to get better at those two things for sure.
Even better though? What are you working on now?
What am I working on now? I don't know. I don't have a focus right now. I am in the middle of like existential life crisis in more than one way.
I got it. Past age 20, you're just in an existential crisis until
for the rest of your life.
Right. And onwards thing. It's not like a span.
Actually, that's really accurate. After 20 and on is so true, because like 20 is like your last year of college and you're like, oh shoot, I'm not gonna have school anymore. What am I gonna do? What kind of job am I gonna get? Then once you get your first job, then you're like, oh, do I like this job? Is this meaningful? I don't know, I need to get a better job. Yeah, and then when you retire, you're like, I don't have a job anymore. What do I do with all this time on my hands?
Yeah, literally, it's like, am I doing the right thing? Should I be doing something else? How long am I gonna do this? What's my life gonna look like? So many questions. But no, it's how you live through that dread, y'all. It's how you live in spite of it, okay? Do what you want. Do what you want.
Yeah, so it's like for all the content creation stuff, I don't like calling it, I don't 100% like calling this content creation all the time, because I don't know, content creation has a very specific feel to it, but I don't know, that just creating in general is what we do.
You mean it's like a little too formal for what I do, I feel. You know, like I'm not a content creator. I kind of just make my little guys. No, yeah. How would you like describe what you do then?
Because considering like you and I do a lot of jack of all trades stuff, I kind of just say like I'm an artist and a singer. In your case, you'd also be a rigger and like so on and so forth.
Oh my gosh, but Jay, you're also a rigger!
No, I'm a baby rigger.
I saw that chibi girl.
I've done enough to know that I would enjoy it, but I would also spend forever on it, and I'm just like, no.
It is pretty tedious. It's a big learning curve to learn how to do it like efficiently. And then you think about like, oh, if I want the pieces of the eye to move, you know, like, how does my client want it to move? But then it's like, usually they'll be like, I'll leave it up to you. And then you'll be like, oh. Okay. But free reign is always a very good thing, I think. Sometimes, like, when you see, like, a model, you instantly get an idea of, like, this is a character, and I could totally, I want it to move like this, and I want it to talk like this, and turn like this. So it's fun for them to, for me to be like, can I please do what I think would look awesome?
How long have you been drawing for, or creating in general?
Oh, my sister taught me how to draw when I was like a wee lad.
Tiny tanuki.
From there, I drew, okay, very first things I started drawing were Kirani Revolution from the old shoujo mangas.
Sounds really old. I don't know this one. But
Yeah, it's super old. I don't know if it's still going. I don't think it is, but it was on I think it was called Cho, was the manga magazine that it was in. But we would get one of those manga magazines every like few months or something from like donations from like family, friends, and stuff.
Yeah.
And we would read through them and like trace over the drawings and then like learn how to draw from there. But yeah, so started from manga and then from Sailor Moon, and then I watched Adventure Time in Steven Universe, and then I went a little Cal Arts, went a little realistic from there, and then made a U-turn and went all the way back to anime again. Yeah. So technically, how long I've been drawing is like a lifetime.
Yeah.
The anime style probably since I started VTubing.
How long have you been VTubing then?
2-3 years.
Oh, wait, what? You went from
Yeah.
What? Your anime style so recent then?
Yeah, it's so recent. I'm still learning so
Holy
much.
cow.
Yeah. How long have you been drawing?
Yeah, I realized when I asked you that, I was like, that's also a really hard question in general. Drawing all my life, like, you know, like I like drawing since I was a kid. Anime style, I didn't start till like junior high. Basically, I got introduced to what anime was in junior high when I met this otaku friend. Like, she was literally already collecting all the manga, all the figurines, all the posters, and this is back in the time where it's really hard to get these things. But like, she already had all this kind of stuff, so I was like, whoa. And then in high school, I met some friends who would, you know, go to the library and borrow manga for me. And then I would read it and also copy the drawings also. So my starter manga bundle was Rumiko Takahashi, Clamp, and Yuwatase. Stuck
you
to the
draw a lot
anime.
of inspiration from a lot of different like artists.
Yeah, I totally used to just copy frames from like the manga and like turn them into self-insert characters for sure.
Yeah, self-insert characters. Those are always the funnest to draw.
So what got you into VTubing then? What got you into VTubing?
I saw how pretty Vox Akuma's model was, and I was like, whoa! And then I learned about VTubing from there. I looked at the models and they looked so gorgeous. And I was like, I want to make one of those. So I started drawing, right? And I was like in the VTuber Academy Discord server, and I was like drawing. And I was like, how does this model look, kind of thing.
Oh.
I basically planned the model for like a month or so, and then I drew it in like a week, and then I showed it in the server, and they were like, oh, look at that. And so I was like, okay, cool. But then I was like, I don't know who to give this to. So I was like, I'll just take it over. The thing is, it was a Tamaki character, right? And I was like, it's gonna be like a yellow and green design girl that's super calm and like super chill and just does cozy art streams. And then I started my first stream, and then I just ended up googling Grinch's ass and playing Tetris. And I was like, well...
Yeah, for those of you who in chat who have never seen Rika's stream, her singing is very, very cozy. I'm gonna say her singing is very cozy. Her ukulele playing is very cozy.
Yeah.
And I guess if you like the sound of Tetris panic noises, I guess that can be really cozy too. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't call Rika cozy generally.
No, not in any sense of the word. Yeah, I'm very loud. It's like baretetta, you know? I like tried to be cozy in the beginning, and I was like, oh hi, and then all hell broke loose. The Pandora's box, you know. So now I'm here. Yeah.
I also went in thinking that I'd be super like the calm type, like calm cozy type, like that's why I used to start off my stream all the time with like, hello, welcome into the cafe, you know, like, you know, that kind of tone of voice. But then it's like, as I chat and as I like, you know, enjoy, that definitely goes away. So yeah, I never realized that Tanuki was just something you kind of like rolled into. So if you could choose a different theme, what would you do? Do you know?
A different theme?
Or
You know,
yeah.
that's what I've been exploring with this 4.75.
4.75. Oh my gosh.
Because I made a 4.0, but then I changed my line. And then I made a 4.5. Those are a little different. And then I changed my line again. So now I'm at 4.75. We're doing a thing where we add fractions, infinitely approaching 1, but never really touching. Because models are an infinitely developing thing. It is forever a work in progress.
Yeah, that brings me to one of my other questions where I was wondering, like, do you have like goals? Like, do you want to further yourself as an artist, or maybe a rigger is more like something that you like doing more, or what are your goals as an artist?
I have so many. I definitely want to rig a lot more models because I miss it. I'm rigging one right now, a little baby coming soon. I'm preggers. It's preggers time. It's very fun working with art styles that you wouldn't draw. You know what I mean? You wouldn't or you can't
yeah.
draw.
I see. When you're as a rigger.
Yeah, you work with so many different artists, so it's really fun to kind of imagine, like, oh, this looks like a shonen manga type art style, so I can make the mouth move like this kind of thing. You get to like experiment with all these different styles that you would never think of working with. So it's so fun. But art-wise, I want to get colors down, bro. I want to get colors down. That's the one thing I want to get down. Because I feel like that's like that and backgrounds.
Oof, backgrounds.
I know, girl. I know. I've heard of people using Sims houses as models, and I was like, that's so smart.
People do 3D models and stuff. Like, I've seen people use Sims, use like basic SketchUp 3D models, or I've even seen someone do Minecraft, build something in Minecraft. But that seems a little bit over the top.
Yeah.
So let's see. What motivates you to keep going? Like, what motivates you to keep creating or keep drawing?
I think being able to like hone a skill in itself is very rewarding to me. But like more than that, cause you know, like I went into it being like, oh, I want to do this, I want to get good at this. But I feel like I've stayed a lot more because of the friends I've made in the community, you know? Okay. You know, that's like the reason why like I keep going is because it's not just about like the hold on. I'm getting too profound. It's not about the destination art skill level. It's about the friends we make along the way.
Yeah, it's a journey. Journey of creation.
Yeah, and it's so fun because, like, you know, you can, like, help each other, look over, like, art with each other, and encourage and support each other, and, like, you know, being inspired by, like, other people's goals, you're like, well, maybe I want to do something like that, too. And, like, you can, like, push each other. So I feel like the only reason I was able to, like, keep going, even, say, if I had, like, art block, or, like, if I felt like I was like, oh my gosh, I want people to, like, keep drawing because there are like infinite people out there who could draw better than me. Like it's just a fun thing to do thanks to the people, you know?
I think like it's interesting in terms of like drawing or any type of skill, right? There's always gonna be someone better than you out there. But just because they exist out there, it doesn't take away like your own originality, your own creativity, your own experience of drawing or creating or learning. Everyone learns in a different way, and I think that's what leads to everyone having different styles, and discovering that is part of is like is the journey. Like discovering is part of the joy of creating, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel that way, especially when I see like people like you and all the other live 2D riggers coming up with different tutorials, and you guys are always like, oh, I figured out a way to do blah, like, and then like you you know, like I feel like you're all just like discovering things. So you know, you guys are like kind of like mini inventors right now.
It does feel like being a little inventor. 'Cause, I don't know. It's just so fun because I feel like Live 2D is still relatively kind of a new, you know, it's still upgrading, it's still improving. It's taking a lot of, you know, customer feedback for new features and stuff. It's like evolving with us. So, but I don't know. It's a very fun place to like flex your brain. It's a very fun community to flex your brain in. Yeah, anyone who likes creating, I don't know. Yeah, it's just like tinkering, you know, just tinkering with stuff. Feels like toy making.
Oh,
Very much, you know, because like the sole purpose of all of this is to like bring people joy, you know, to like make people happy and stuff. So there's no like, at the core of it all, it's like people with good intentions, I feel. And that's what helps the community stay like a circle of inventors, people who want other people to have fun.
yeah, very wholesome. That's been super wholesome. In general, actually, that's a interesting thing because I feel like there was this one commentary once I saw, and not that I want to bring up AI stuff much, but like art tutorial, like artists videos on YouTube are oftentimes a lot of times like tutorials or like tips on how to draw, like what you can do to draw, let's say rigging. Like there's a lot of tutorials out there that people are sharing their resources and sharing the things that they have learned to newbies in the field. And then like when you look at like AI videos, it's a bunch of like oh look, I made a book for this little money, or like you can make this much money generating AI prompts, or like, you know, that's like bleh.
I know, yeah. That's a big conversation topic right now, isn't it? Because so many companies are picking it up, but like, it doesn't just like cheapen, you know, the work of the artist that it like ripped its shit from, you know? But it also kind of deviates the whole point of the art community from like power in coming up with ideas. But execution is also like the other half of it, and like to completely cut that part out from your effort is like, it's putting way too little credit to the fun that is in developing skills. Because there's like kind of a beauty in like, you know, like when you play an instrument, they'll tell you like, oh, you know, you'll have to get good to sound like yourself, kind of thing. And I think that goes for like drawing. And like when you actually find somebody with their own style, it's like touching, it's like moving, because you're like, whoa, I wonder how like long they've had to, you know, draw to like even reach this point, you know? But all that awe is gone now, because it's like, draw me a lady in a unique style, and then something gets spit out. It's like, what the? Instead of going through the journey, you just went into like a Doraemon like everywhere door and stepped onto the finish line without even running or breaking a sweat. It's like, what's the point of entering the race?
I like that. I like that metaphor. That was a good metaphor. I like it. Yeah, so it's like, I feel like at this point it's like AI, it's kind of like, it's inevitable, it's gonna exist, but I think it's definitely a good reminder to people that yeah, it's like, who cares if you can generate a really cool like looking image with a prompt, right? Like you didn't draw it. Yeah, you didn't get to experience creating it, really. Like
in that sense, that's like your punishment using AI. Like you don't get actual, because like I can't imagine people actually like finding joy in making art from prompts, you know?
Yeah, that's why I like to call them images that have been generated from prompts rather than art, because art has a human aspect to it that is lacking there.
Yeah, it's so corporate greed, you know? Corporate greed. That's at the root of all this. It's at the root, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like that's that's actually like the biggest part. Like I actually don't have like putting the meta aside of like it training it off of like stolen work. Like I don't have a huge issue with like the concept of AI like itself. But it's the corporate like greed that makes it bad. It's when people start trying to use it to make money that is making it like negative, I feel like. In the corporate world where people are losing their jobs and getting replaced and stuff, and that is what makes it icky.
Real. Yeah. Like, it's okay for, like the quick dopamine hits. It's like, okay, yeah, have a fun little meme. As usual, yeah, it's the freaking corporate. Because here's the thing, there is like an ethical way to use AI, and it's to use them as references. Because essentially, what AI does, it takes like popular and well-liked styles and art, and it like mushes it together into this chimera of like something that passes as art. And so you can look at that and analyze it and be like, well, it seems like the audience liked proportions that look like this. Kind of like that. Like, you can use it as a tool. There's an ethical way to use it. But people get so mad at the machine when they should really be mad at the people. Who are using it to save money when they already have so much. They're just trying to save. They're just trying to get themselves more money, and in turn, they're like hurting people. Take for example, like base art on Pinterest. It's the same shit, because like we already have learned as an art community, it's not okay to just post a base with like 3 lines of hair, you know what I mean? And call it yours. We use it as a reference, as like a first, like a baseline draft upon which to inspire a new art. But now we have a machine that does the former, and now we're like, frick this machine, when we should be thinking like, no. There are people posting the versions with only the 3 hairs, and we're saying frick the base. But it's not frick the base. It's frick the people dishing out the freaking trash, trying to pass it as their stuff. And it's discouraging so many people, because then they're like, well, if just the base gets so many views, why even put anything on it? But it's like, because it's freaking, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
Do you ever get discouraged, like in terms of like when you're creating stuff? Like,
yeah. Here's the thing about rigging, is like, it's so complicated in how to give credit. Like, because it's harder to spot a rigging style than it is to spot an art style. So this one time, I like rigged a toggle for somebody, and they were like, hey, can I get the CMO file, which is not the MSC file that you need for VTube Studio. It's like the one to rig it, like directly edit it.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to like add a new toggle herself. And I was like, okay, go ahead. And then she came out with a model that she said was her first rig that had my toggle on it.
Oh, no.
And I was like, that's nuts. Rigging is kind of like an invisible art almost, you know? So it's hard to... No, bro, I know! I was like, it can't just be me thinking this, right? But I was looking at it, it's literally like she was using technology that's like pretty advanced level rigging stuff.
For a newbie.
So I was like, oh my god. Yeah, for a newbie. But I can't prove that, you know?
Oh no.
So there's that where I'm like discouraged, where I'm like, this may happen a lot more as I rig more. But the thing that keeps me going is that learner mindset, bro. It's the freaking, what is it called? It's like the challenge versus threat mindset or something. Every person is either like has a challenge mindset or a threat mindset or something. Something like that, you know?
Enlighten me. What is this?
Yeah, it's like when somebody like encounters like an obstacle, like when going towards their goal, they can either think of it as a threat or a challenge. And a threat is something that's like totally like blocking your way, and like you need to like fight against it and like get better in spite of it, kind of thing, like progress in spite of it. But then the challenge mindset is like being able to like see this as a learning opportunity and take it as like use it to your advantage kind of thing. So I was thinking, it's the lesson is not I've learned not to trust nobody. That's not the lesson that I've learned. The lesson is that I can get better, you know? The beauty of art is that you can improve indefinitely. Indefinitely. They can't rip your stuff indefinitely. Like they'll always be at least 2 steps behind as long as you're working hard to improve yourself and continue doing what you love, and just keeping on, you know. So in that like example, I was like, man, she took what I made a year ago. But then I was like, but I'm a lot better than I was a year ago. So I think I'm actually fine in terms of I don't know, my in terms of the I don't see it as a threat anymore. You know? Yeah, and it means that what I made was good enough for people to be like inspired by it. So it's all you gotta look at it like when you're set back by things like, oh, you know, how will I ever, you know, get better? Oh, there will be people who, you know, do similar things. You gotta be like, but you gotta have faith. Faith is such a word. Because you could say, oh, have faith, and it's like, what does that even mean? But it's like, believe in yourself. You will always be good and get good and get gooder.
Get good.
Have that in you. Yeah, as long as you believe that you have what it takes to get gooder. You will, because that's what you'll need to push yourself to actually get gooder. Yeah, a lot of the art community functions on like honor codes, you know, which is nice, but it can leave you vulnerable. But you know, it's part of it. You know?
It's part of it.
Everyone's trying to get better, and some people might use methods that others might not like. In a sea of infinite artists with all their different ways of learning, there will be, but it's up to us to, you know, carry ourselves the way that we think is right to make sure that those stay, like, you know, the odd ones out.
Yeah.
Have faith in yourself. Look at how far you've gotten with the skills you've built, and be like, if you made that, if I made this, then I can make something even better if I put my mind to it. Oh my gosh, wait, have you watched the H-Bomber Guy's documentary on plagiarism?
No.
Freaking love H-Bomber Guy, oh my gosh.
H-Bomber Guy?
Yeah, he's a YouTuber who posts videos like every 7 years.
Okay.
But it was basically like a video essay on plagiarism and why people do it. And it just boiled down to kind of like an imposter syndrome of like, I don't know how to do this, and I don't want people to know that I can't do this, because I don't like how I feel when I acknowledge that I can't do this. So I'm gonna be like I can. And that's how it grows. So, you know, even that stuff, it all serves a purpose, you know. All that to say, there's value in understanding where people come from, because then you can be like, oh, so let's make more tutorials for people. Let's get them to be more confident in drawing skills and stuff. You know, it's another stepping stone to improve our society and our community. You know, it's a symptom. It's a symptom that we can still improve the learning avenues.
There are definitely, you know, there are definitely those people, and then there are definitely, I feel like, bad actors that are, you know, are I don't know, less redeemable, I feel like, but at the same time, I agree. Like, I think everyone is coming from their circumstances, and I feel like people in general, the internet can be a little bit more understanding of each other and have more conversations with each other. Is kind of my wish.
We can't change anyone who's not willing to learn. You know? can't change anyone that's willing to learn. All that we can do is outnumber them and then corner them.
Corner
With
the
our
oh my,
numbers.
oh my. So now I understand how you got into learning rigging and drawing anime. But what made you decide to stream? Like, have you streamed before, or was VTubing your first introduction to streaming?
I've never streamed in my life before. I've never even put out like YouTube videos or anything. Oh wait, you know what? I did have a TikTok.
Oh.
I had a TikTok before this, not under Rika Yamano, under something totally different. You'll never find it. But I didn't bring it. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I did pretty well. So that's how I got confident. I was like, okay, I'm not just a little cuckoo. I'm like cuckoo in a way that people can jive with. And from there, I was like, maybe I can stream. So yeah, I started with a 15-minute stream. Can you believe it?
Oh wow.
Yeah, first one was 15 minutes, and I was just Googling stuff.
Was that just like a I'm gonna hit the live button and that was it? Or like did you actually do the whole VTuber thing where people are like, oh, start a Twitter first and build up interest and then go live eventually or something? I don't know, pre-debut, whatever.
Yeah, it was only Twitch for, I don't know, like a week? And then I met somebody who found my stream and adopted me into their little circle of VTuber friends. And then they were like, oh, you should have a Discord server. Oh, you should have socials.
Social media is hard.
Thanks to friends. It's all thanks to friends in the community and the friends in the community and the community that are my friends. It's all thanks to them that I'm out anywhere. Because I remember after my second stream, my friend was like, you don't do any promo anywhere. I was like, yeah. So, you know, friends make the world go round, bro. We're all supporting each other. I feel like online, it's easier to meet people that you form genuine connections with. Just because the conditions on which you meet are so different from IRL. Like, IRL, whether it's like you go to the same school, or you're in the same city, or you're at the same workplace, it's all like, you're like, physically in proximity with each other. So it's like the universe kind of gaslights you into being friends.
Gaslighted to being friends.
But like online, you have to like go and search and look for your community, or a community finds you. And then from there, over on the pretense of shared interests is how you meet. And that's like such a much better way to like connect, start like any bond with anybody.
Agreed. I have a lot of like internet friends that have surpassed the internet wall boundaries and like turned into like real life people also. But I also feel like it's a lot harder nowadays because like it's internet. I feel like especially like Twitter is there's less like one-on-one interactions and more of like a here's my platform, like come follow me for whatever. And it's like it's harder to make those genuine connections in a way.
That's true. I think like once you go into the not content making, but it's like once you delve into niches that require self-promotion, suddenly for some people, like everyone's an op.
That's a good point.
Yeah. As soon as you can profit from, as soon as you can coast without making genuine connections, it gets a little messy.
But yeah, that makes sense. I think that's, oh man, you guys are in general like a much more eloquent people than I am. Because I feel like, okay, so I've said something similar where basically I was saying how like VTubers are not monolithic. VTubers are, it's like a wrong assumption to think that, hey, you're a VTuber, I'm a VTuber, we can be friends. Like, just because you're interested in the anime, like, avatar doesn't mean you have anything in common.
Yeah! Because at this gotten so vast. It's
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
like saying
yeah,
all
yeah.
YouTubers are the same.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then it's like, and then it's confusing because everyone's on the same like platform, Twitter. And then like, you know, there are people who are here just to like hang out and make friends and stuff. And then there are the people who, yeah, it's like they're out to make, they're out to try to make this a job or make it a living or whatnot. And then when people, those two crowds try to mix together, then sad things happen sometimes. But yeah, what do you think of
I always
like
have to have one or two people like that.
collabing in general? Do you do? I mean, I feel like you do more solo stuff. But did you do more solo stuff when you started, or did you do more collabs? And which one do you enjoy more?
I think I did a lot of collabs.
Oh,
in the
really?
beginning. I think so. I remember doing a lot of collabs, but like ratio-wise, I'm not sure which. Because I feel like I remember collabs a lot better than I remember solo streams. Do you also? Is that the same with you as well?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I have been able to do too many collabs. But yeah, like, you know, like, it's so interesting. Like, when you read things about, like, oh, how to grow as a streamer or whatever, those kind of articles, they always say, like, oh, yeah, focus on your solo content. As if, like, that's a problem. Because, like, I think a lot of people are similar. Like, they start with collab content more. Whereas for me, I'm just like, oh, I'm so bad at collabing. I want to get better I need to get better at collabing.
Yeah, I think it's hard, not because of like the collab itself. Like once the collab starts, you know, you're off to the races. Like it's such a fun time, and you just let loose and just have fun. It's like the setting up beforehand. Like it's the you know what? No, before that, it's the reaching out beforehand. You know? Like it's hard to come across as somebody who wants to like be friends when you know that this person has probably has talked to so many friends, so many other people with the exact same message. So it feels a little like more stuck in that. It feels like I'm a little like intruding a little bit every time I like directly message someone, like ask to collab or something. Because it's like, oh my gosh, what if they don't want? What if they don't wanna? But no, and it's like, and like making new friends, it's like, you know, what if, I think like one big problem I have within myself is like reaching out to people because I'm afraid that they think I'm cloud chasing, you know, like regardless of the amount of following. Like any amount, less or more than me.
Really?
I think I'm like trying to snag some of their people.
Do you do?
I just want to
reach out?
Together.
Do you reach out a lot?
Sometimes. Not so often, just because I'm like super nervous about that. So I usually wait until I'm invited. Same with like reaching out to like just be friends and just chat. I usually reach out. I usually wait for those reasons because I'm like, what if they think I'm like, what if I'm like bothering them? You know, there's always that a little like anxiety about reaching out to people. Once I talk to people, I'm like, bro, we're talking for hours. That's it. Where this conversation is going everywhere. We're talking about everything. We're talking for so long. Let's go. But it's the initiation that's hard.
Ooh, that's surprising.
Really?
I didn't think you. Yeah, because you to me seem like a very extroverted person.
Yeah, I'm an introvert that loves to socialize.
What?
It's possible. I think, you know, sometimes just knowing of people is a healthy relationship to have with people as well. Just healthy distance.
Is it because you discovered VTubers that you're like, oh, now that I can like use an avatar to represent me, then I can stream? Or did you have interest in streaming before?
The streaming came after the VTuber. Like, I guess now that I have a model and I've decided that I'm gonna be the one using it, I'll put it to use. And then from there, I've kept doing it because it was fun talking to people. Yeah, what about you? What's your like, main reasons for being?
Yeah, I guess for me it's also something similar. Cause I mean I did think like a long time ago that I wanted to like record my drawings, cause I saw all those like speed paints on the internet on YouTube's back in the day, and I was like, oh, I wanna record my speed paints and stuff and show it on the internet. But then my computer was potato and it could never actually run it. Like whenever I started trying recording the screen, it would just like no more pressure sensitivity, no nothing. So I was like, oh, well, that was a short-lived dream. And then I forgot about it. And then VTubers came. I discovered VTubers. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Maybe I could do that. It's kind of like recording a thing, right? Like recording a YouTube video, except I'd be streaming it.
Gosh, I'm loving this art so far, by the way. It's so good. Oh my god. Being able to draw both angles, like facing left and facing right, is so impressive to me. Because I feel like we all start with like the one angle. Which one out of like the way I'm facing and the way you're facing?
I think the way you're facing is my default. And sometimes I end up just flipping the screen and drawing it in that way and then flipping it back.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm doing art streams, we have a flip session where I flip it in front of chat and it's like, oh no. Oh no, let me fix my anatomy, let me fix everything. I combined the wrong layers. Hold on. Oh shoot.
Real.
Oh, fudge monkeys. Oh well, okay. Well, there's only so many undos on this, and I've already merged them.
The merge! Oh no! All the hash marks that you made, no.
It's okay. I never learn. It's okay. I can just set the layer on multiply and I can still, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
it's
yes,
fine.
Amazing. Yeah, we'll have that moment where we're like, oh my gosh, wait, what layer did I just draw that on?
I have a bad habit of merging layers because I don't like too many layers when I work. I feel like you working with a lot of VTuber models have to be used to a lot of layers.
I hoard layers like crazy. And if I have too many layers that my drawing app is like, hey, chill. What I do is I duplicate it.
Oh.
I duplicate the art and then I flatten some layers. All of the layers in the original.
Oh, and then you make a new copy, like complete copy that's flattened.
Yeah, and then I keep going. It's like recursive files.
Gotcha.
Of gradually condensing layers.
Wait, what program do you work in then?
I use Ibis Paint X. Which only takes up to like 3K.
Wait, is that one of those mobile apps? You do it on mobile?
Yeah, I do a lot of models on. Lately, my babies have been on iPad because I was like, my phone can't take up that much. It can't take that much, that many layers. I
feel like if you ever move to like a full-size tablet, like a drawing tablet, you will have your powers unleashed. I don't know how you guys do it.
Oh my god. One thing that I think, one hack that I figured out, because sometimes the way I draw anatomy is a little wonky on digital versus physical, you know?
Oh.
I'm like, if I was sketching it like with pen and pencil and paper, I'm sure I could draw this like a lot more to my liking. So what I do is I make a rough draft on paper, and then I take a picture of it, and then import it into my drawing app as a bottom draft. So I recommend that technique if you're ever like, I could probably draw this better. Also, it helps with like screen time. Is like when I'm drawing on a phone for too long, I'm like, I feel like my body's rotting away. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So I am amazed that you've been drawing on your phone this whole time. Or like, what the heck?
Drawing on my phone. I just do a little swipe here, swipe there.
Like your VTuber models?
Yes, this VTuber model was on my phone.
Oh my gosh, how even? I cannot.
This was because I love my layers. This was actually split up into like 5 different PSD files.
Oh
like
my gosh.
One for the face, and then another one for the hair, and then another one for like the clothes.
How did you put it together? Like, you can do that.
Yeah, and then in Live 2D, I put them all together.
Like, you can import multiple PSD files to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Oh my gosh.
Oh wait. Also, speaking of,
Oh.
I remember you talking about an outfit change with like a blue dress. Perhaps I don't want to spoil anything.
No, it's okay. It's public
Okay.
knowledge. Yeah. I'm actually working on sort of working on my 2.0, and I'm staring at it and I'm like, man, how did I ever do this model? Like I think it's because like when I drew this model, I had no idea what I was doing, right? I was just doing it. But then like now that I have some idea of how people rig stuff, I was like, oh, like okay, for example, like you can look at my jacket, right? Like the pattern. I feel like you would probably separate that pattern from the arm, like from the jacket sleeve, and then you would kind of have that as a separate layer. All this is just painted texture. Like I just all the shadows are like on the arm right now, and my pattern that's just all painted on. That's just like a solid layer. Yeah. Similarly, my hair highlights, I feel like you would have done them on all separate, like the highlights on a separate layer. These are all just the hair itself. It's just the hair. Yeah, so they're all just combined. So now that I know that, so now that I know what people like some riggers do, I'm just like, oh, how much should I keep as a layer? How much should I combine and flatten? How do I do how do I do all this? I don't even know.
This is what my fetus is what I basically did was, as a rigger, I just merged all I took the original PSD and I merged what I needed to merge. And that way, like, I know what I want to do. Yeah.
So, like, it's better for the original art to, like, have all the layers and stuff?
For sure. And also, you'd need to merge it at some point because Live 2D can only handle up to a certain size file. Too many layers and the whole thing just, like, freezes. It's something that I learned through trial and error. So... You do gotta merge some. But no, yeah. I'm also going through the same thing myself. Like the white shirt and the pink dress are one, and the arm is one single file, like one single image. So there are a lot of parts that I've also thought, I was like, maybe if I like split these could move a lot more, like in more detailed ways.
I know your cute little dress.
Thank you! Thank you! It's hard to, oh my god, it's so hard to design outfits, girl. You know the struggle. You know. It is one of the hardest parts of designing a VTuber, because you're like, what? You want it to be like iconic, but also like a little intricate to keep the people engaged.
Yeah. But you also don't want to make it too complicated, otherwise no one's gonna draw you.
Yes, you get it. Exactly. That's the thing. You have to think about how easy it is to redraw. Also for yourself.
Yeah, also for yourself. As an artist who draws your own stuff, like you want to make it easy on yourself.
Yeah, because you're gonna be drawing promo for yourself at some point if you can draw. And like,
that's true.
I remember I like totally left off my hairpins on some of the drawings I made of myself, and I was like, well, that's a pretty good sign that I maybe should lose some accessories.
So I've also sometimes forgotten my necklace, and I've also sometimes forgotten the brown in my hair, like in the back ponytail. I've sometimes forgotten it.
Real.
But yeah, I can let here. Then now you can see my hair. Let down my hair. So
swishy.
swishy. And then I can take off. Oh, what? There, take off the jacket because it's a bit warm.
Oh yeah, it's getting hot in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so comfy. Yeah, I think I have one for my hat. I forget.
And you took off your boots.
Where is it? Oh, and then the glasses. I think this is the only change that I've done because I was like, trying a new outfit. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so cute. Look at that. And we're zooming in on the glasses face. We're gonna zoom in.
But that's the other thing with the socks. I didn't draw any feet underneath.
It's okay. Same with my shoes. My shoes have no
Yeah.
feet underneath either.
Yeah. When you're an artist, you know people don't know what you didn't draw.
Yeah.
You got no idea.
Actually, originally my model, I did not draw anything underneath my jacket either. Like in completion, I had like the bits and pieces sticking out. The like, you know, like some of the layers underneath the jacket were there, but I did not actually draw most of it. But then I actually had a 1.5 done, so that's why I can now take off my jacket. I can also take off the shirt. I had to draw. I had to draw all that.
It looks so good.
Oh
Oh my gosh.
That-
Also,
that-
the drinking animation is crazy. It's so
Yeah, I have to thank my rigger for that. That I love. Like they did such a good job.
good. Yeah, the physics on the boba tea. Gosh, I see it jiggle. I see it moving around again. A lot of my toggles are on expressions and not like outfits, because I was like, because these are easier to draw on. And I was like,
Oh wow, that's cute. I have the silly crying one because at first when I first created my model, I was like,
Oh.
I'm not gonna do the cutesy cry. I don't need to. I'm not gonna be a cutesy type. But
that's real.
so I did the kore.
Oh my, that one's so good.
Good job.
Oh my gosh, it's so
cute.
Oh yeah, and then we have the. Oh wait, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yours is crazier than mine.
Oh my gosh, wait, we pulled that one. Oh my gosh.
I actually separated it. In model 1, it was just angry, but then yours is like crazy, right? So I can do that now. I can do that now too.
Oh, you both have crazy. Crazy. I was crazy one. Lock me in a rubber room.
Something rats.
something rats crazy. Oh yeah, this one I use when I'm raising up chat, I think. Or when I'm raised by chat.
Oh,
Or when I'm raised by
chat.
guests.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's for rizzing moments.
Well, give me an
Riz
example. What is one of Rika Riz's? What's a Rika Riz sound like?
Oh yeah. Those moments are myriad. High in number.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Riz chat.
You know, just be like, yo, you know, what's cooking? The big, cooking?
You kind of look like this right now. You look like this right now. It was an attempt. It was an attempt. I don't know. I don't feel very rizzed right now. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for hanging out. Thank you Rika for being here. Thank you for yapping away.
We talked for 5 hours.
I can't believe it either. I hope you went to the restroom before this. Oh my gosh.
I hope you did. I hope you go after.
I'm gonna go right now after.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
Yeah, it was super fun. I love hanging with you, and I'm looking forward to future projects together with you.
Yes. She is the best.
Where did this come from? What?
Anytime, girl. Anytime you need someone to gas you up, I will come a running. Okay? I will come a running.
Sounds like that
You'll hear
song.
it.
I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. All you got to do is come, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend.